What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull-Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, a.k.a. B. Joseph. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull-Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. All of our YouTube videos. Hit that Cash App, you know what I'm saying, as well as our PayPal. You know what I'm saying? Cash App at $ BJ Matthews. PayPal at Project Masters. You guys, for y'all new subscribers coming here, hit that like button, hit the share, and subscribe. Ring the notification bell. You know what I'm saying? So you guys do not miss any more of this great content that we're dropping. And we got some new announcements. You know what I'm saying? We have our memberships that we just dropped recently. If you guys would like to become a member, a Pull-Up Basketball member for the rest of your life, go ahead and hit that join button at our YouTube page. You guys can join. We have 3 different tiers. Y'all get all the perks and benefits. We will explain further in detail on Sunday of all the great opportunities for this membership badge. But let's get it popping. All right, man. So happy Friday. You know what I'm saying? We finally made it to towards the weekend. We're back in action, back at it, man. Got some very exciting news, man. With the NBA free agency and things of that nature. I did a video this morning about Bradley Beal. If you guys have not gone and see that, go check that out. It's right there on the playlist. You know what I'm saying? NBA free agency. I'm actually on the road right now, so I hope that you guys can hear me clearly. But we got to talk about, another player also in the free agency, who's an NBA All-Star, you know what I'm saying? Constant, professional, constant performance, been in the big moments, been to, the playoffs for a number of years, man. It's been in trade talks for a couple of years as well, free agency and things of that nature. And the man I'm talking about right here is Damian Lillard, you know what I mean? Damian Lillard into trade talks once again for, I believe, a 3rd consecutive season. They're talking about, is he going to finally be out of Portland? Now, for you guys that know the history of Damian Lillard, know that he's been with Portland for the duration of his entire career. I can't remember the exact year he got drafted. You guys have to forgive me on that. Was it 2012? I think it was 2012 he got drafted. Yeah, 2012, I believe. Yeah, he got drafted in 2012 by the Portland Trailblazers. And he's been there ever since. You know what I'm saying? He's had, teammates such as since LaMarcus Aldridge, CJ McCollum, Carmelo Anthony, Yusuf Nurkic, you know what I'm saying? The whole night. He's had, some teammates with the Blazers for, pretty much the duration of his whole entire career. So is Damian Lillard finally out of Portland? Well, there was a report by, another NBA insider by the name of Brian Windhorst that you guys know, definitely, up there with Chris Haynes and Adrian Wojnarowski and, Shams Charania that, reports the news for, the NBA. So he had this to say on Wednesday on the show, NBA, what's this show called? I'm actually tripping. I forgot the name. It's an NBA Insider show, right? This is what Brian Windhorst had to say. He said they publicly haven't sounded like they wanted to trade him. Speaking of Lillard, I can tell you probably the Blazers aren't interested in trading him right now either. Windhorst explained. I have to underline right now because we're in a fluid situation. The fluidity stems from Lillard's desire to see Portland trade his 1st-round pick for veteran help rather than bringing in young talent. Some lottery luck gave the Blazers number 3 selection, but Lillard emphasized in an interview after the regular season ended this season that he does not want to be part of a rebuilding project. All right, we're going to stop right there. So Brian Windhorst, NBA Insider, reported this on Wednesday on the show. With the NBA free agency going the way it's going to be a lot of news dropping for all these players. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be hearing a lot of rumors and reports and all that stuff, right? Now, unpacking this, Windhorst believes that Lillard is not, going to be traded at this point. He's not hearing really no rumblings from the Blazers that they want to trade him. So he's going to go with, the answer being no right now, that he's going to get traded. But that can change at any time, right? Especially if you have a long offseason that just started. Lillard made it very clear, though, that he wants to be not part of a losing franchise. That's one thing. He does not want to be a part of a losing franchise. And he wants to be able to compete. And he does not want to, deal with, he would prefer a veteran piece over draft picks. So basically, he prefers to get the help right now. Damian Lillard is 32, going on 33 this year. So he has about, I believe, 3 prime years left. And he has about another 2 great years left, or good years left. So you're looking at around 37, 38 that Damian Lillard is going to possibly start, declining. But nonetheless, what else do we know about Damian Lillard? We know that he's a loyal guy. That he's been with Portland the whole part of his career. this has been a situation that's kind of been prolonged because I think of, for a number of reasons. One, he has a connection with that city in Portland. I mean, you can say that he's going to probably retire as the greatest Portland Trailblazers player of all time. You got guys like Rasheed Wallace. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Roy had a short career with Portland. I think he could have been that guy if he had played longer. You got Bill Walton. And then you got Dame. You know what I'm saying? So right there, you can see that he probably has the most decorated, longest, career as far as tenure that we've seen, right? So, yeah, he has a connection with that team. So when I look at Damian Lillard, man, and the situation with him possibly being traded, you've been hearing about a couple teams that's been looking in his radar. And I'm not just talking about this season. I'm talking about, since he's been in these trade talks over the last couple of seasons, and what he said out of his mouth where he wanted to go. Now, one team he said that he would like to go to right here is Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, remember, it has to go for both sides. It can't just be what the player wants, unless you guys, have a no trade clause, which is what Bradley Beal has. I spoke about earlier. The situation's a little bit different with Dame. I don't think he has a no trade clause, if I'm not mistaken, where he can, determine where he wants to go. So he's kind of really at the hands, the mercy of the team more so than what he wants. I mean, he can definitely voice his opinion, but at the end of the day, the team has to continuously go when he leaves or retires. So they have to, protect themselves. And they're not going to make a trade unless it's, beneficial for them as well. So when you look at a team like Portland and Milwaukee, Dame has said he wants to play with Giannis. Now, Dame is not the type of player that wants to make a super team. He's made that very clear. That's not who he is, and it's not in his DNA. He's made it very clear. He doesn't team up. He doesn't try to, stack the deck. He's not one of those type of players. So he would prefer that if he wants to get any help, he feels like one player would be enough. And I think Giannis being that same makeup, not trying to team up and not trying to, stack the deck, when you meet somebody who has that same mindset, you kind of, gravitate towards that. You kind of like, take a liking towards it. You can say like, I actually can see why, this guy's, good for me to play with. And I wouldn't feel bad about it because they have the same makeup. They're not trying to stack a deck. They're trying to compete. In this NBA, you do need help, but we're not trying to go overboard and try to bend the rules. You know what I'm saying? So I think, him with Giannis would be good on the court. Now, question, what would the Bucks give up to get Dame? Well, it has to match the contract that Dame has. And it has to match the productivity Dame brings, right? So this is his contract right here. He just signed a $170+ million contract for, I believe, 4 seasons. You know what I'm saying? So he just had his first year he completed off of $42 million. And it's going to continuously go up, $45 million for next season, then $48 million, then $58 million, and then $63 million is last year. Good gosh. So the team that takes him on is going to have to take in that contract. Now, here's the crazy part. Dame said he doesn't want to be part of a rebuilding process, but he's taken up, damn near almost half the team's salary, which, I mean, I ain't tripping about it because he's earned it because of his loyalty to the squad, but to the team. But this is why I say it's not like NBA 2K where you can just try to make the trade the way you want to make it. There's business, there's money, there's dollar signs, there's cents, involved in all this. In order for you to get quality players, you have to be able to pay them and have the salary cap to do so. So if you're telling me that you want to have quality players around you, you're going to have to take a little less money. Now, that's where the dilemma comes in, because you've worked to get to this point where you want to be able to take care of your family for generations, have generational wealth, be comfortable. So if a team offers you a max deal, you're feeling like, okay, well, I've earned this. I worked my butt off for this. I've been playing basketball for free up until college. So now I'm starting to get the reaps of my benefits. Like, who does not want to have the feeling to feel appreciated when they get paid? But at the same time, if you're telling me that you don't want to be part of a rebuilding process and you want to still get, quality pieces, you got to ask yourself, where the money going to come from? So the way I see it, what I'm trying to say is I don't see why Portland is trying so hard to not trade Dame. And I don't understand what money are they going to pay for these quality pieces they're trying to bring around him. It just sounds like to me that Portland is holding on to Dame because they don't know what's going to happen next, and they don't know how to get out of the situation that they're in. They understand they're not a top seeded team. They're not a playoff team. They didn't make the playoffs this year when Dame was healthy. So, what are you going to do? At some point, you have to make a decision. You got to let go of the past and start thinking about, the future. Right? The West is stacked as it is. Portland's not going to be a threat anytime soon. But back to what I was saying about, Milwaukee. They're going to trade somebody to get Dame to match that contract, so they don't, fall out on the business money side. So Chris Middleton will be probably the piece that they, move. He hasn't been as great as he was since the championship. He's been hurt. Now, if you bring Middleton there by himself, he's not a number one option on a championship team. So you're essentially getting worse. But you're actually getting at least something back. And if you can probably pull out another piece from Milwaukee, you won't be in such, a tight space. I mean, either way it goes, Portland's going to have to give up something, because of the contract Dame has. So they're going to lose somewhere. But you don't want to lose everything. You still want to have something back that you can get for Dame. Right? But I also feel like Portland kind of deserves to give Dame what he needs because he's been loyal to Portland. He's been loyal to that organization. So, this is where the relationship side comes in. When you do something for me, I'll do something for you. Like, I've been loyal to you. Can you guys just do this favor for me? Because I'm not gonna win here. So why am I still stuck here? It's like you're holding him hostage. But I think Milwaukee on the side of him playing will be good because I think him and Giannis will match himself very well. I think Giannis, he does so pretty much everything outside shooting, which is why I could see this possibly being a good move for Milwaukee. And for Portland, I mean, hey, you'll still get a piece back or two, so you won't be complete out of water. The next team that was talked about that somebody was the Boston Celtics, right? The Boston Celtics have been in the conference finals 4 out of 5 years, or 4 out of the last 6 years, but they can't seem to get over the hump for whatever reason. Now, they're in a peculiar situation as well because they don't have a person, a star over there that's not completely happy according to him, and that's Jaylen Brown. Now, Jaylen Brown has played himself to be one of the, premier stars in the league, a top 20, 25 player. Is he better than Damian Lillard? I don't think so, but it's not by much. So this is a trade to me that can make sense for Portland to do because you're getting younger and you're getting a quality star that wants to prove that he can be a top player for his team. And then talk about bringing in a Marcus Smart to add on to that. That can be another, that can be another benefit for Portland. Now, here's the difference now that, Boston, Dame doesn't want to go to Boston. He made that very clear. He doesn't feel like that's like the best fit for him. And I think him and Tatum are kind of like, yeah, they're cool, but would it be that big of a difference? Will they be able to put them over the hump to get to the finals and win it? Would this put them as a final in the East? Would this finally get them over a hump? I would say yes, but if Dame doesn't physically want to be in Portland, I don't know how that's going to work. So, it's tough to say. I mean, he already said he doesn't want to go to Boston, but, Portland can, kind of do what they want to do. And the last team, make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all enter in, man. Hit that like button as y'all enter in. The last team that we got to talk about is the Miami Heat. Now, this is the team that Dame wants to go to. This is the team that he spoke about, he wants to play for, and he thinks that's the obvious choice. Now, Miami, what do we know about them? Well, they just got back they were just conference champions. They've been to now 4 conference championships and 2 NBA finals in the last 5 seasons or 4 seasons. Well, I'm sorry, 5 seasons. I'm tripping. They've been to the conference finals or the NBA finals. So you got a team that has a bunch of dogs on Miami, bro. They have a bunch of dogs who want to get after it. They have a bunch of players who are ready to, you know what I'm saying, compete. You know what I'm saying? They have a bunch of players who, you know, in an organization that's first class, that has a winning DNA championship mindset. So they have a lot of things that's going on with that Miami Heat team. But one thing they don't have is they don't have a scorer at the level of a Damian Lillard. They struggle to transition points because of, you know, Jimmy Butler's inability to, you know, be consistent as far as scoring the ball. Whether he wants to or not, I feel like Jimmy's just too much of a team player and he wants to do the little things and stuff like that, but he's not like a prime scorer. He doesn't have the scoring ability of a Dame Lillard that can actually help carry them. So I think this would make sense for Dame and the Miami Heat to make this move, especially on the basketball tip, because now you fix the problem. You know, a person who could come in and actually transition points, you know, rack up points in a, you know, quick manner, 25 to 30 points a game. That'll take off pressure off of Jimmy, where he can focus more on the defensive end as well, and he doesn't have to have the pressure of being the main guy having to put the ball into the basket. Now, the Heat have somebody who's like that, and that's a Tyler Hero. But the problem with Tyler Hero is he's been out in the big moments the last couple of seasons, and he's just not as, you know, he's not as proven as Dame. So if you got a chance to upgrade your roster and trade away Tyler Hero and possibly Duncan Robinson to get a Damian Lillard, I mean, I would do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Portland, whether they want to say it or not, they're rebuilding this team. They can try to act like they're not, but as long as Damian Lillard is in Portland, there's no way they can get like star power quality help to help them out. That's why they've been talking about the last 2-3 seasons that, you know, that Dame has been there pretty much by himself. He hasn't had no real star power. They've tried to bring in little pieces like, you know what I'm saying, Carmelo Anthony. They tried to bring in Aminu. They tried to bring in, what's that guy, Jeremy Grant. You know what I'm saying, Seth Curry. They try to bring in some pieces, but it's never going to be enough. They need another star there, and they're not going to get it with Dame's contract the way it is. Right? So I think if I'm Dame, I'm wanting to go like I'm with him. I want to go to Miami. If I'm Portland, I'm looking not just to give him anywhere. I'm trying to give him the best opportunity, the best deal possible, because he's done so much for your franchise as it is. So I feel like you guys owe him that to at least give him, you know, what he wants. Like, at least give him what he wants. Like, if he wants to be in Miami, as long as the deal is not outrageous and as long as you guys can, you know, afford to, you know, be above water, why not make that deal happen? Right? So that's all I got to say about that, man. Let me know y'all thoughts. We'll be back on tomorrow morning. We have a very great show tomorrow morning, man. For you guys who are new to the podcast or who you guys are returning, whatever, you guys do not want to miss tomorrow's show. You know what I'm saying? We have in the morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you guys ring the notification bell so you guys get the alert when we go live. We have a deep show tomorrow that I'll be getting into about John Morant. And I want you guys to be in attendance. I want y'all to, you know what I'm saying, pack the house because it's going to be something that we know worth watching. But until next time, we respectfully say pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull live, peace, out of here like swim.